inches of snow overnight too. I know. I don't know what you do. How fun. Okay, let's keep playing. Yeah. This is so soft. Cool. Beer run.
Saskadena Six. Okay, this is a small but mighty mountain. We loved the runs we took. Yes, I think that fact that it was 40 degrees, it was warm, I was literally in a t-shirt and a jacket, the snow was soft, we'd gotten some fresh inches, probably helped a little bit, but overall I think that this is an honest review of a mountain that I really enjoyed, and this is the kind of mountain I gravitate toward. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good 3-mile leg burn, high elevation run sometimes, but for the most part, this is what I am looking for in a mountain. I'm looking for runs that are just long enough with a ton of variety throughout the mountain. You know, we hardly even touched the Black Diamonds. We were on day 2 legs and trying to save ourselves for Bolton Valley after all. But the blues that we went on were exactly what I want in a run. And the gully was an absolute surprise and probably our favorite runs that we took that whole day. We had no idea it was there. We found it and immediately went back to it. You know, even though it was a Saturday, the mountain never felt busy. And even when it started to rain and basically everybody who was on the mountain had to come into the lodge, we didn't feel overcrowded. There was a seat for everybody and it was a very friendly crowd to have to hang out with. Speaking of which, let's run through some ratings very quickly because spoiler alert, I am rating this mountain very high and I think it's definitely a mountain that you guys should check out too. The terrain for me is a 4 out of 5. It's just missing those slightly longer, slightly more difficult runs. I'm so close after looking back on all my footage of rating it a 5, but I know I can't because it's not actually a 5. For me, this mountain is a lot like Swain, but better because it's in Vermont where they get snow and they have mountains. So this is everything I love about Swain, but in better condition, better runs, larger because it's in Vermont. The people who work there, 5 out of 5, no complaints. Everybody was friendly. Getting our ticket was easy. Even when we were in the shop, buying our stickers and pins, the woman who was working at that time was really engaging and actually very helpful, which just speaks a lot to everybody who's working on the mountain. The people who go there, oh my goodness. How do I best describe this mountain? I just felt like everybody knew each other. Everybody was friends. Everybody cared about how the other person's day was going. There were multiple times on the lift where people were like shouting down to people on the runs because they were training for a race and preparing for some bad weather. So there were a lot of people doing work on the hill. And everybody was just talking to each other. And I just love that. And you guys know I love to judge it based on the conversations that happen on lifts. And we had plenty of conversations with people, but my favorite one was the fact that a 10-ish-year-old got on the lift with us and he led the conversation. He let us know it was lucky when our lift stopped because it stopped on a certain pole. He shared his ski woes of losing his own ski poles. One of them's missing. And he even shared some of his favorite terrain and let us know what his favorite runs were. So I am used to talking to people on a lift. I am not used to it being a child. And that just speaks volumes to who is skiing at this mountain. The vibes. This is the kind of lodge I'm looking for. And all they had to do was do floor to ceiling windows facing the mountain. We stepped into this lodge. It was bright, it was airy. It had a first floor with a lofted area. There were seats for everybody. It was cozy, fireplaces, outdoor patio. This is what I'm looking for. This is the kind of lodge that I think non-skiers can hang out on while you're out on the mountain. I could have hung out in this lodge for hours, but we did have to hit the road, so we only got to hang out for a little bit. Overall, I am giving this mountain a 4.5 out of 5. I'm sure that people might not rate it that way, but for me, this is what I'm looking for, especially in an INDY PASS mountain. You know, did it have the expert terrain and the elevation and the crazy runs you can take as like other Vermont mountains when you get a little bit more north? No, but that's not what this mountain is about. This mountain is about being somewhere that everybody can have fun, where everybody is friendly, everyone's getting along. If it becomes your home mountain, it really becomes a home for you. I don't know what to say besides the fact that looking back on my footage, I love this mountain even more than when I left it the day we rode it. It was just great energy, great people, good conditions, great variety of terrain, this like welcoming spirit of this is somewhere you want to be, this is somewhere you want to ride, this is somewhere you want to go back to. And you know, what more could you ask for in a mountain?
Palm Free. The town of Palm Free.